absolutely nuts. Look at that. The Milky Way just looks stunning. Oh my goodness me. Just phenomenal. Exhilarated, but absolutely shattered. Wow. Well, a very warm welcome back to the channel, and what I hope is going to be just an awesome night of adventure and astrophotography. I'm on the French-Italian border on top of a mountain called Monte Saccarello, and it's about 2,200 meters high, just over 7,000 feet. It was quite an epic drive up here. About a 2-hour drive to the foot of the mountain, and then about a 90-minute off-road trail on the way up. But it was definitely worth it. The views are absolutely sensational. The sky is beautifully dark, really high up here above all the dust and the muck and the moisture. It's absolutely stunning. Behind me is a large bronze statue of Christ the Redeemer, which was built in 1901. This mountain forms part of a pilgrim way. So the trail up here is actually reasonably well trodden. I've seen quite a few other off-road vehicles, cyclists, walkers coming up here this evening. Most have either gone to bed or gone home now. It's got dark. But what's going to make tonight, I think, a little bit more special is it is the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. So being up here, away from light pollution, up above all the smog and the dust, will hopefully give me a really good view of those meteors. So I'm really glad you've been able to join me. I've had some dinner, I've got a full stomach, and I am ready to roll. So planning to do some time lapses, planning to make the most of these dark skies with some really great tracked Milky Way shots. And you might be able to pick up on the camera as well the odd flash. Due north of us at the moment, over the Alps, there seems to be a few thunderstorms kicking off, so we've had some fantastic flashes over in that direction. They are very, very far that way. I'm in no danger here whatsoever. There's a nice big lightning conductor on top of the statue there, so that's an extra layer of comfort that I've got, and if that storm comes anywhere near here, I will be well off the mountain. But looking forward to a really fun evening. Thanks for joining. The first time lapse is set up. I'm using the 14mm Samyang lens with the unmodified Canon 6D. I'm at ISO 4000 and f2.8 with 13-second exposure and a 1-second interval. And this time lapse is all about the core of the Milky Way passing over the statue of the Redeemer and down from the left-hand side of the frame down to the right-hand side of the frame. So I think we're all good to go. Let's press go. Amazing. So, having set that time lapse up, my next shot is going to be the 24mm lens of the statue here with the Milky Way behind. I'm going to do a portrait shot, and it is absolutely beautiful. The Milky Way just looks stunning. And what I'll do here is possibly you might have seen some lightning behind us then. but it'll be a portrait shot, which will then be tracked. So the idea is I'm going to track this shot. So I'll do a foreground shot first, and then I'll track it. I think that'll do for my foreground shot. I'm going to do 30-second exposure, f2.8, and I'm at ISO 4000. Let's go. Okay, I think that is a nice looking shot. So I think what I'm going to try and do is get on top of the hill here, set the tracker up, and then get my sky Vertorama shots. Okay, so we've just done a test shot for that first pano shot. Is looking very nice. Let's check the histogram. Pretty much perfect. Let's check the stars are absolutely pinpoint. I think that's beautiful. Right, we'll do maybe 5 of those, 5 above. So I thought it'd be a good idea to get a shot of the thunderstorm with the plough and the statue here over the left-hand side of the frame. So the way I've done that is for my sky shot, I really wanted the plough to pop. So I've used the star glow filter on the sky. I think roughly my settings with the 24mm lens were 15 seconds, f2.8 and ISO possibly 6400, maybe 3200, can't quite remember. But for the lightning, I want to try and get as much of the lightning as I can, and I'm actually going to form a small time lapse to try to get as much of the lightning as possible, and possibly do a composite afterwards. So for this time lapse, I'm shooting 4-second exposure, ISO 6400, and I've opened the lens up to f1.4. Typically, just as I've started to do that time lapse, the intensity of that storm has died down a bit, but hopefully with enough frames I'll still get enough interest in there that I can get hopefully some quite interesting shots here. But I'm hoping this will be quite an interesting shot that tells some of the story of the night. This is exactly the sort of nighttime adventure I enjoy. Getting out anywhere in the landscape under the stars is a privilege. It's always fantastic fun, and it always grounds me. It makes me calm, it makes me appreciate life and family and friends. But being out in a landscape this massive, these mountains all around, and we're above most of them, and seeing how dark the skies are. Yeah, there's some light pollution down on the horizons, but I mean, above and only within a few degrees of the horizon, the sky is so dark. There's so much structure in the Milky Way. I mean, just everywhere I can see dust lanes and knots and brighter patches. I mean, the core behind me, well, that's just insane. The level of detail that you can see in that just goes to show how precious dark skies are. But the adventure of getting here, the journey up here, that in itself was an adventure. Coming out here by myself, it's all just part of the experience for me. Hopefully I'll get some good photographs. Hopefully this video will come out well. Hopefully you'll get a sense of the adventure, the experience out here. But really for me, it's just all about being out here. And I honestly can't think of anywhere I'd rather be right now than here in the silence, hearing the cowbells in the distance, seeing the lightning storm over there, and with the starry dome above my head. It's just magnificent. I feel very, very, very fortunate to be doing this, and very grateful to share it with you as well. Okay, time to do the 50mm Milky Way shots for the silhouette on top of the ridge there. I'm using the Canon 50mm f1.4 lens. I'm at f2.8. I'm doing 2-minute exposures, and I'm at ISO 800. And I've just done a test shot, and I'm really pleased to report that this Nomad tracker, even at 50mm and 2-minute exposures, has absolutely no sign of trailing whatsoever. Just what a phenomenal device. Anyway, let's get those going. This next composition, quite a simple one with the 24mm, kind of facing northeast to east, it's a portrait shot, and in a short while the Perseids and Pleiades region and the Hyades and Aurora, and also what I think is Saturn and Mars, or possibly Jupiter and Saturn rather, will be coming into view straight over the top of this. So I'm going to do the foreground now, and in a little bit I'll do the sky shots, which will be tracked at 24mm. So I'm doing a 2-minute exposure, ISO 1600 f2.8 with a Sigma Art 24mm 1.4 lens. And that's looking good. Oh my goodness me. Well, I can't actually believe I'm going to say this, but we have on camera, to the north, aurora, 44 degrees north. At home at the moment, it's really purpley, reddy skies, and it's very clearly red on camera here too, which was not on my list when I came here tonight. If I look to the north, now there is some light pollution over in that direction, slightly to the northeast, but it feels possibly the sky is a bit lighter than it was earlier. So possibly this is just about distinguishable with the naked eye too, but I couldn't promise you that, but it's definitely on camera, which is phenomenal. So I'm doing a time lapse of it. I'm on the 24mm lens, Canon 6D, the modified one, 8-second exposure with 1-second interval at ISO 6400 and f1.4. I was not expecting to time lapse an aurora here tonight. It just keeps getting better. Well, what can I say about tonight? It has been the most fantastic adventure under the night sky. The journey up here was great fun. I've loved just the darkness of the skies up here. I've loved the peace and the tranquility. It feels like we've been on top of the world here. I think we're on the highest mountain for quite some way around. Hopefully I got some great images, and to have the aurora and the lightning storm, which I think is still going on behind me over there, kicking off. Well, I'd certainly know the aurora is still going on, and I think the lightning storm is as well. Well, it's absolutely nuts. I think this is up there very easily in the top 3 nights I've ever had under the night sky. So cannot wait to have a look at these images and get editing and to share them. It's been a fantastic evening. If you got this far, thank you very much indeed for watching. If you like this sort of thing, then please give the video a like, and if you want to support the channel, the best way you can do that is by leaving a comment as well. That really helps to improve the visibility of these videos. I'll put on the screen very shortly the images from tonight, and I look forward to seeing you on another Nightscape adventure very soon.